Alright, so, welcome back everyone. It's been a few days. You guys, everyone looks really nice. I'm just going to take this hood off. I'm going to be very interested in this whole class and be very happy. This is session 2 of our BSBWHS 211. Contribute to health and safety of self and others. I'm thrilled to see you all here in Bangalore Primary for today's, I guess, face-to-face / virtual session. Before we dive in, obviously we've got a few people in the classroom, and then we've got a few people that couldn't make it to the classroom, but we've got them virtually. So just want to acknowledge that, and also I'd like to also acknowledge do an acknowledgement of country. I acknowledge the Arakwal people of the Bundjalung Nation, the traditional custodians of the land on which we are learning today, and pay my respects to their elders past, present, and emerging. Now let's connect what we've covered last time. Can anyone share 2 key takeaways from session 1? Juliet, would you like to start?
Sure, Eddie. I think one big takeaway was understanding the difference for me was between a hazard and a risk. A hazard is something that can cause harm, like we talked about loose cables, and a risk is the chance it could actually hurt someone. The other things was learning about our responsibility to report hazards to keep everyone safe.
Excellent, Juliet. You've nailed those concepts. Anyone else want to add another takeaway? Neil, what stood out for you?
No, I remember we talked about WHS policies, like how we need to follow procedures for things like PPE, and also the idea that everyone has a role in keeping the workplace safe, not just the boss.
Oh, spot on, Neil. It's all about shared responsibility. Kira, anything to add?
Yeah, I liked learning about the WHS duty holders, like employees have to provide a safe environment, but we also have to take care of our own safety and not put others at risk. It made me think about how my actions affect the team.
Great point, Kira. It's a team effort. Mitchell, any thoughts on this last session?
My takeaway was burger in the lot and juice.
That's funny.
No, but in all seriousness, I found the part about hazard signs and symbols quite useful. Like knowing about what a warning sign means. It can stop you from walking into danger. Also, the bit about reporting incidents quickly so that they can be fixed.
Well done, Mitchell. Those are critical points. It sounds like you all took away some solid insights from session 1. Today we're going to focus on working safely, specifically around setting up a safe computer workstation. We'll discuss safe computer use, and we'll work in pairs in a workstation. We'll do a self-assessment checklist, which I've got these documents right here. I sent you guys the documents. So we'll go through those. We'll discuss safe computer use. And do a small activity. To select an ergonomic chair. Our goal is to ensure you can identify and address risks in your workspace. Is any questions before we start?
I do. I'm just curious about the checklist. Like, is it a test or just to help us spot problems? What, why a checklist?
It's like a test or just to help us spot problems, right? It is a good question, Juliet. It's not a test at all. The workstation self-assessment checklist is a tool to help you evaluate your workspace and identify anything that might cause discomfort or injury, like a poor chair height or screen glare.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You'll use it in pairs to make it collaborative and practical. Sound good?
Yeah, that makes a bit more sense to me, actually. So I'm ready to give it a go.
Awesome. Let's kick off our discussion on safe computer use. When you're working at a desk, what are some of the things you need to think about to stay safe and basically comfortable? Kira, want to share any idea?
I think posture is a big one, like sitting up straight and not slouching. I notice my back hurts if I'm hunched over my laptop for too long.
Absolutely, Kira. Posture's a key to avoiding strain. I mean, you can have serious back pain if you just got to sit there for a long time, and if you're not giving yourself the proper posture, then it will cause more strain down the line. What else can we consider? Neil, any thoughts?
The height of your chair and the desk. Actually, because I'm tall and I like to stand up, I had to raise my desk up just so I didn't bend over all the time. But anyway, if they're not right, it can mess up your wrists, your neck. I've had sore wrists before from typing on a desk that's too high. You can even go too high.
Yeah. I mean, that is a great observation, Neil. Ergonomic alignment is crucial. Mitchell, what about you? Anything you've noticed that affects your comfort at all?
Sometimes the screen is too bright. Or there's glare from a window. It makes my eyes tired. Also, I forget to take breaks and end up stiff.
Oh, that's horrible to hear, Mitchell. Those are important points, Mitchell. Screen setup and breaks are a part of the safe computer use. Juliet, anything to add?
Well,
Question
I'd
mark?
say having your keyboard and mouse close enough so you're not reaching too far. I've seen people stretch sometimes awkwardly and it looks so uncomfortable.
Oh, exactly, Juliet. Keeping equipment with an easy reach reduces strain. You've all hit on key aspects: posture, chair, and desk height, screen settings, breaks, and equipment placement. These are all part of creating a safe workstation. Now let's break down the tasks involved in safe computer use. First, you need to adjust your chair so your feet are flat on the floor. You know what I mean? And your knees are about, 90-degree angle. So basically, rather than what I was just doing then, kind of sit up and sit. Yes. Second posture, your screen at eye level, about an arm's length away. Third, ensure your keyboard and mouse are at height where elbows are at 90 degrees when typing. Finally, take short breaks every 30 minutes to stretch or rest your eyes. Any questions about these steps?
Yeah. There was an article the other day in The Guardian debunking all this. Like, it said that that new research has shown that it doesn't mean it doesn't really work. And like in the 90s when they were mad about RSI, that it didn't really, it was people reported RSI only because they'd read about it. But anyway, I don't know if that's true or not, but that just happened to be in The Guardian. But that's
But
just,
wait,
you know,
hold
like
on,
newspaper
hold on, hold on.
So,
Is that
but,
mean?
but anyway, but what I'm really interested is like, what about if I am sharing with someone else? Like if I adjust the chair, but the next person changes it back.
That's a common
I said it
issue.
for me.
Well, that is a common issue, Neil. In shared spaces, you should readjust and set up each time you start work. It only takes a minute to tweak a chair to screen height. You can also talk to your supervisor about labeling settings or having a quick setup guide for shared stations. Does that help?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. You know, I could do a little checklist as well. That'd be handy.
Great.
I'll try that. Yeah, great.
Any other questions before we
I
move
wouldn't
to
even
the...
say question. You could have a checklist against, you know, those workstations, so people remember to do that.
Yeah.
Put it back. You know, remember to check your seat, your screen,
good.
your thing. Just pointers.
What if you're... I mean, Kira, do you have any other questions?
What if your chair isn't adjustable? Some places have old furniture that's stuck in one position.
Good question, Kira. If your chair isn't adjustable, you can use temporary solutions like a cushion to support your lower back or footrest to get the right left leg angle. But you should always report it to your supervisor as a potential hazard, because non-adjustable equipment can lead to long-time issues. Make sense? Question mark? You know?
Definitely. I didn't think about reporting it as a hazard.
It's all about taking responsibility for your safety. Okay, let's move on to the workstation self-assessment checklist. I've emailed you guys a copy. I've printed a few out. If you prefer your work in pairs to go through checklists and evaluate a sample workstation setup. The checklist covers things like, chair height, screen distance, lighting, cables, and management. Juliet...
I like how you've done the checklist as also a drawing, because, you know, that's good way
it's
of doing
good.
it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Juliet and Kira, you guys compare together. And Mitchell and Neil compare together. Obviously, I understand you guys can't really pair together, so we'll just kind of work with it and see what happens. And we'll just take 10 minutes to complete it. And then we'll just... probably not 10 minutes. We'll do it pretty quick. And we'll discuss, any questions? Mitchell, do you have anything to say?
I have a question. Do we just check off what's good or bad, or do we need to write notes?
Good question, Mitchell. For each time, check if it meets the safe standard. Like, is the chair adjustable? If it doesn't write a brief note about what's wrong and how it could be fixed. For example, screen too low, needs to be raised to eye level. That will help you think through solutions clearer.
Got it. I'll make sure we write it down.
That's awesome. Good question though, Mitchell. For each time, check if it meets the safe standard. But it is perfect. Grab your checklist and start with your partner. I'll be around to answer any questions.
Can we, Kieran and I, use that workstation over there to do the checklist?
You can just do it right here.
Okay.
Because I need you guys in screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we'll just keep it here. Let's just look at those documents for a bit, and yeah.
Okay, Juliet, let's look at the chair first.
Well,
it's all good. If
I'm going to do it with Kira.
Yeah, you just
You're
do
doing it with,
you just do it by yourself, and you just look at the documents for a second.
Because I'm with Kira, I can do it with Kira.
Okay.
So, Kira, let's look at that chair. What do you think? The checklist says it should be adjustable for height and back support. This one looks like it can move up and down. But the backrest is fixed.
Yeah, that's not ideal. Let's write that down.
Okay.
Backrest not adjustable. Needs tilt function for lumbar support.
Yeah.
What about the seat height? My feet are flat, but it feels a bit low.
Let me check mine.
2.
Can I check mine?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can check
Yeah,
yours.
it's too
That's
low.
your stuff.
It's too low for me too. My knees are bent too much. We shouldn't make a note. Chair height too low. Adjust 90-degree knee angle. Next is the desk, right?
Well, Kira and I checked the desk.
Well, Jace
is doing it on his own, but we're doing it ourselves because we're together.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. That's okay, but it's all right.
It's a good catch. But like.
That's enough space for the keyboard and mouse.
Yeah.
But I think that the cables down there are all over the place. I think that's sort of a tripping hazard. What do you reckon?
For sure. Let's write loose cables on desk. Need cable ties or organizer.
Yeah, those cable ties. Yeah, good idea.
What about the keyboard position?
I mean, for me, it feels a little bit too far. But it just means closer to edge of desk. You know, that's better for me there.
Cool, we're getting the hang of this. Let's check the screen next.
How are you guys going? You guys going good? You guys looking through those checklists? Yeah, they're looking good?
Yeah, made a few changes to the height of a couple of things. It's good. Good now. Checked it on the list. Made some notes.
With me, the screen's too close. Move to arm's length distance. Also, the screen's too low. It's below eye level.
You look like, even looking at you, James, it looks like you're looking down.
Yeah, it's not good. You need to think about your posture. And
got to be at your eyes.
Yeah.
You know, from us watching you, you're not looking at above your eye level, above the screen, at the eye height.
There's a window behind the screen and I can see reflections. That's probably bad for the eyes. I'll note that as well.
You can get those
from window.
You can get those blue glasses for for
with the company
screens.
With the company.
We'll give it to everyone.
Oh, okay.
As a part of
anyone who wants to use it. Is it mandatory or is it?
Yes. Well, it's not mandatory. It's just better for your eyes. Blue light glasses. Don't they have some blue light glasses? Anyway, I mean, if we just go down the document a little bit, down the document.
Yeah.
We found the screen was, too close in the checklists and below eye level. Everyone kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which could hurt your neck.
I'm getting what you're saying.
And eyes, which suggest moving it to an arm's length away and raising it to the top is at eye level. This is what I'm just getting from notes from you guys. Is basically what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what we found.
Yeah?
Way too close.
Also, there
Yep.
was a glare from the window behind, like, I mean, that's what it says there, behind the screen. So we recommended adding blinds or repositioning the screen, you know? Well,
Feng shui it.
yeah.
Feng
Well done.
Armrests.
shui.
Armrests.
Well done, Kira. Did you want to say something, James?
Oh, just saying that armrests, they're optional, but they help to support your shoulders.
Yeah, I prefer
In present?
a chair with an armrest. I'm with you, James.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, shoulder support.
I've actually been,
Never thought of that actually.
well, yeah, I've been doing, the office work recently.
Your arms aren't hanging
And
down.
I've found that
Yeah.
lying down is just not good for your back.
on a
So-
bed
Yeah,
doing work.
yeah, it's not.
Oh, well, I don't do that at work like that. Yeah, I know. That's the danger of when people are working from home. That they're not, setting it up in a safe workspace. What about you, Neil? I know you're doing some work from home these days.
Yeah. A lot. Yeah, I'm flat out. No. I'm pretty orthodox about all this sort of stuff. I just like to do it all correctly. So I'm always working at a desk, and yeah.
And you've got
what about
you've got
sound?
armchairs.
Do we want to talk about sound?
Well, yeah, sound.
Like a noisy office.
Yeah, noisy office can be an issue.
Well, I don't.
Because
I mean,
I
mine,
do-
it actually
okay.
says noise.
Yeah, go
Noise
on.
shouldn't distract you. Maybe we should write noise levels okay in training room. Consider earplugs or quiet zone in busy office or something like that.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's just because, I work in the reception area, with staff and students coming through, but there is a space that we've set up for the quiet.
I mean, that's a realistic concern, Neil and Juliet. If you report a hazard and it is not addressed, you should follow up with your supervisor or WHS representative. Document your report. Keep emails or forms as evidence. If it's still ignored, you can escalate that. And you can escalate it to a higher manager or even contact a WHS regulator like Safe Work New South Wales.
Okay.
The key is to keep reporting and not to ignore the issue. Does that answer your question, Neil?
Yeah, that helps. Yep. I didn't know we could go to the regulator.
It's right. You do. It's right to have a safe
I
work.
had no idea.
It's right to have a safe workplace. Okay, let's move to our final activity. Selecting an ergonomic chair. I've got a catalogue here. I'll just... actually... I've sent you guys a copy. I'm just going to show these guys to the... so that's an ergonomic chair right there. Harvey
Yep.
Norman. Bloody beautiful.
Yeah. I love chair shopping. It's cool.
Yeah.
Makes you feel cared for if you've got a nice ergonomic chair. Like you feel safe.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. So, with the is your tasks work in the same pairs and choose one chair from this ergonomic list, and just take into consideration the the adjustability, the lumbar support and comfort. You've got a short amount of time and justify your choice. Any questions?
Do we just pick the fanciest chair, or is there a budget?
Yeah, I want the fanciest.
Good question,
Leather.
Mitchell. For this activity, focus on ergonomics. not price. Choose the chair that best supports the safe computer use. Regardless of cost, in a real workplace, you'd balance budget and safety. But here, prioritize features. Clear?
Glad we could do this one.
Got it. Let's do this, Kira. Or Neil, or
Yeah.
whoever's my partner.
All right, get started. I'll check in with each pair in a bit.
Okay.
Whatever
Well,
chair pairs you got going on.
Actually, this is good to look at figures now. Would this be any good or not? That one? No?
Maybe.
Do you
Maybe.
think? Or is that too... Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is always fun doing. Oh. They're too little, aren't they?
So you guys are happy with the chairs, going through the chairs? Because,
Yeah.
I mean, we only have...
Yeah.
We've got 3.5 minutes left. Did you guys feel as though, just off the top of your heads, do you feel as though you found good chair options for yourselves to move forward?
Yeah, I like that.
I'm just asking in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You found a good chair?
Yeah.
Um,
think
The
that was
armrest
good.
move? Checklist said they should have support relaxed shoulders. Do the armrests move on this one? I think they do. I don't know. Try it out.
Yeah,
Well, that's-
yeah, if it says height adjustable armrest, it also has a breathable mesh back, which might be comfy. What do you reckon? Should we pick that one?
Yeah, I think that's a good one. The other one has.
Or that plus a headrest? Do we need a headrest, do you think?
Yeah, maybe a headdress.
I mean,
think that could help with neck strain. I think the first one's fine, since it's hot, it all hits the main points.
yeah.
Agree?
Well, it's good that we've all realised what good office, work health and safety means. So we basically went through chair support.
Okay.
We went through postures. All these things come into play when creating a safe workplace environment for the worker. All we got to do is do our best, whether that means we have to buy a chair, which might cost a little bit more, but it's worth every penny because it's basically allowing you to not have a bad health, essentially, because if we have bad health, then we can't go to work. If we can't go to work, you can't pay for the chair. If you can't pay for the chair, then you just end up not working, and then so we're just always going to make sure we're one step ahead in creating an environment where we can comfortably work. Does that make sense, everyone?
Yeah.
Because I feel as though
Cool.
work health and safety sometimes gets put in the back burner and you want to get work done. But in reality, it's not a good way. It's not a good way to be when we have, we have to do our utmost best to allow for safe work practices. Does everyone feel happy with the lesson as of today? Because we've only got 30 seconds left. Can we go around the room?
Well, I think, I'm happy with the, it's actually good to talk about all the different chairs. Some have seat depth adjustment. I think our
Are you-
first week's was puts more flexible.
Are you happy?
Yeah. No, it's good.
Kira, you, yeah?
Yeah.
What about you,
I'm
Neil?
thrilled.
Mitchell?
And I'm really excited. I got the mid-century chair, but it's also got all of the ergonomic dynamic lumbar support and everything. But it sort of looks like one of those cool Featherston ones. It's really, really neat.
Mitchell?
And you can adjust everything, posture and everything. Shoulders are feeling relaxed.
Mitchell?
Nice.
Yeah, great session. I found it useful. Thanks, Ed.
Thank you so much, guys. I've loved this lesson. It's been very thoughtful and very motivating. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you.